Thank you, thank you, thank you, my dear. I see more and more people are hopping on. So what I want to do justice is to give a short intro about this incredible powerhouse leader that you have in front of you this morning on your screens. And I want for you for the next hour to really pay very, very good attention of what we're talking about. And any questions that you have at the end, I always encourage, please either raise your hand at the end or write it in the Q&A because we want to get the best out of this call. All right, so who is Amarjeet Dillon? Amarjeet Dillon is originally based in Canada. She started her Opulence Global business in 2016 with, listen to this, no income and in debt. She was looking for a way to make money with the freedom of being her own boss. She opened up the Opulence Global Singapore market and rose to the rank of Lifestyle Director 3. She eventually moved back to Singapore and opened an independent distribution center to service the Singapore team. And if I may add, she's the only person that I know right now, okay, that is a partner with Opulence Global who went above and beyond and opened her own distribution center, which is just phenomenal. Now, she continued to hustle and is the only person, someone mentioned this earlier, who had consistently been qualifying for MGRS since its establishment. Wow, wow, wow. Now, Amarjeet is also instrumental in the expansion of the Malaysian and the Indonesian markets. Today, she's adding India as we speak to the growing list of market expansions. Her team has now grown to 42 countries with a 5-figure monthly income. She credits Opulence Global with completely changing her life. Don't we want that all? Don't we want Opulence Global to be the opportunity, the vehicle where we can say, you know what, this is it. This is it. I have found what I've been looking for. So now let's dig deep. So let's bring you back on the screen, my dear. And the first thing I want to start with, as you know, listen to it earlier here. I don't have specific questions for you. We're gonna go with the flow and we're just gonna roll with the punches here. So the first question I have for you, my dear, is take us back to Amarjeet growing up, right? I know that you lived in Canada, but you are from, you know, your background. How were you raised? You know, share with us a few minutes, like your upbringing, my dear.
Sure, Ifra. Thank you so much for the introduction. I really, really appreciate that. Yes, I grew up with 2 brothers and 1 sister. I'm the youngest in the family, and I do everything outside the box. My father always tell me that he always treat me as a boy. Yes, I mean, I'm sure that everybody in Punjabi community, right? They always expect the girls to do things like what the girls do, but it wasn't me. So I was more on the out of the box, and I do things outside the box. And in Singapore, everybody knows me as a different person, an international person who do things not according to the Sikh committee does. So I was a runner for school. And after that, I finished school and I didn't want to carry on. And I started my army life. Yes. My army life is also another upbringing for me to be so independent by myself, because the army that I joined was something different. It was in the commando unit where I do parachuting and I pack parachutes. So until today, none in Singapore as a Punjabi has done that.
Wow, wow, wow. I love it. Do you all hear that? Do you all hear that? So already we're getting a glimpse of who she is at the core, which is to be outside of the box. I love when you said that, I can relate. I can relate, right? Many ethnic communities, we're not raised the same when it comes to the boys and the girls, right? We're expected to be quiet, to be very, follow the tradition, maybe wash the dishes, whatever, right? But as soon as you're outgoing and you want to go out, it's like, oh my God, what are you trying to be, a boy? So I can relate. Thank you for sharing that. I can see a lot of people can relate to that as well. So your army life started, and that was a way for you to break out of your shell, right? To really get started on the woman that you are today. So now, fast forward to your professional life, right? Talk to us about some of the early jobs that you have done before we get to Opulence Global.
Sure. I was in the army, and I got married. And my husband didn't want me to do what I was doing because it was very dangerous. And so I got married, and I wasn't working for about maybe 3 years until I have my two kids, beautiful kids. And I got into a company where I was doing electronics, and the boss told me, Amarjeet, this is not army. This is something to do with sales. I said, okay, that's fine. So I started with that, and I was with this electronic company for 11 years. And actually I fired the boss. Not
We
because I got opportunity like you.
I was
I
just
did
gonna
not
say,
fire. I did not fire the boss because I got opportunity in hand that I fired the boss, because I find that the boss did not value my work. So nothing was in my hand. And what happened when I left the job, I had a lot of personal issue with my husband, because he couldn't upbring what I was doing, because during that time I was earning a very good income, but I didn't like the boss the way he is treating us, right? So I left, and my marriage became a little bit up and down. So we divorced in 1999. And in 2000, I left for Australia with $600. And I started to do some work for as well. I was doing some studies, and I was working also. And the boss who I was working for was a 7-Eleven shop. I was earning $10 an hour, because as a student, and I was 40 years old. Mind you, I was 40 years old when I left for Australia. I was 40 years old, and I was earning $10 an hour in a convenience store. And the boss found me that I was working so hard. He asked me whether I would like to do mortgage. I said, sure. So I got into mortgage, and then I asked the boss, because I was doing approval for all these mortgages. I said, what about if I do licensing on property? He said, you sure? I said, yeah. So I did a property on property. So I got them mortgage approved, and I sell them a property. Because during that time, when I left Singapore in 2000, I was working, and my daughter, she wanted to do her uni, and she was in Canada with the uncle. So I brought her to Australia to do her uni as an international student. So I was doing mortgage as well as real estate, as well as networking. And I got her educated. She finished her uni, Can you imagine? She finished her uni 5 years after that. She decided to come back home to Singapore. I started my life again back to zero in Singapore.
I love it. I love it. I just want to sit there and just listen and listen and listen and write. Oh my God. So already so many golden nuggets there, right? I mean, how many of us are willing? How many of us are willing to without having another opportunity, fire their boss, right? How many of us are willing to do that? This is the first sign that it took her to get to where she is today. Are you willing to take a leap of faith? Are you willing to stand up for your own integrity? Right? She left because she felt she was not valued. Are you willing to do that? Right? Are you willing, when things are not going well personally at home, to still push through and say there's a better way out, right? Are you willing to be able to work $10 an hour at the age of 40? Just hoping that whatever you're doing will lead you to the life that you want. Because throughout so far, everything she shared with us, I see nothing but faith. There's so much faith and hope involved in everything she's been doing. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Nora is saying, tell us more. Tell us more. You see, this is why I wanted this to be very raw. I wanted Amarjeet to take us back to the core, to what really shapes her, what makes her who she is. Now, 5 years later, you're back in Singapore. Your daughter is now educated. Now, fast forward. How did you come across Opulence Global? Or have you done other, or I should say network marketing, MLM in general? How did you come across that?
So I was 9 years in Australia and I have some properties there. I sold everything and came back to Singapore, start zero. And then I started, I was working for someone in a company doing events because I'm a person who likes events and all. So I did the events for the person, but after 2011, the company closed down. And I started all over again in another company. So in 2012, I met my husband in his niece's wedding. My second husband, which is Kalwan, everybody knows Mike, right? So I met him in 2012 and we start to get to know each other. And there was a short break that we knew each other, and I got married to him within 6 months. Within 6 months. Ifra, you are muted.
Yes, yes, I love it. I love it.
So
like I said.
Yeah, so within 6 months, I got married to him. And can you imagine, I went to America without knowing whether I'm going to get married to him. And he invited me, he sent me a ticket to go and see him. So I told my family, I told my kids that I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know whether I'm going to get married or not, but I really don't know. So been there with him for about 7 days, and his parents, because Mike is something like, he wants something big, you know. So he wants to get married in Cancun. So I told him, no, I don't want that. I just want a simple one. Because you know why? My daughter was getting married in December. So I wouldn't want to take a limelight out from her. So I said, no, we just do a registry marriage. So we did a registry marriage in Reno. And I was married to him, and I went to Canada, Calgary, and was my holiday and all. In 2015, 2015. After having good holidays and all, I decided, I said, I want to do something. I told Mike, so I said, I want to do something that, you know what, but I don't want to be bound in a job because my family, my kids was in Singapore. I don't want to be bound. So he said, you know what, the best is get into business. So I was introduced to another company by his friend. But I did not take it. It was Jeunesse. Jeunesse was actually telling me that paying me $5,000 a month. $5,000 a month to join them. So I told my husband, if a company is willing to pay you, there must be something there. And I don't want my network to be there with them. So I did not join them. And I joined, actually, there's another company called WFG where they do some financial thing. So I joined him. Actually, I joined because I wasn't a PR then. So I applied for a PR and then joined him. And I did the course. There was 4 courses, that 3 online and 1 you have to be there to do the course. So his friend was telling Mike, he said, because they wanted me to take on the Asia market because I can speak a little bit of Chinese and Malay. So what happened is my friend from Australia called me and tell me our youngest millionaire is coming to Calgary. But do you know, I turned him down. I say, no, I'm not interested in any networking anymore. I've done, and I'm not really interested. So Renee is so cute. He called me, you know, when he landed in Calgary and say, hey, Amarjeet, Basil asked me to call you. Are you coming? I said, no, not interested. Pang, put down the phone. But he's so good that he sent me a flyer where he was having this tour. But I think in God's grace, that day, my husband had a function with his boys, you know. So he said that, oh, you need to drive me there. You have to pick me up. So on the way, I told him, where's this place? Where's this place? He said, oh, it's on the way, but we are still early. So I said, okay. So he told me that, why don't you go and have a look? If you're not interested, walk out. You know, there's no harm with you. So I said, actually, it's true. So actually, my husband is the one who pushed me to go for this presentation. So when I went there and I saw Renee, I said, holy, there's no, nothing was there. There was no products at all because it was fashion then, right? So I was early, so I spoke to Renee, and Renee told me that, oh, we are in fashion and we are the only company in MLM. I was like shocked, you know, MLM, fashion? I've never heard about this. So while he was explaining to me, mine is running and saying that this young guy make $1 million in this company. If he can do it, why not me? That was the question I asked myself. If he can do it, why not me? And then I just went out and tell him, I said, Renee, show me the money. But you see, when I told him, show me the money, I did not say it right away. I said, Renee, can I make $5,000 in 3 to 5 years? 3 to 5 years. I did not say I want to make the money now. I said 3 to 5 years, can I make $5,000? I mean, we laugh about it now because I make more than that. Yes. So, you just feel that, holy shit, I just told him 3 to 5 years, can I make $5,000? He said, sure, Amarjeet, you can do it. So we left it there. And I went for the next day training. He invited me for the training. So I went for the training and I saw a bigger picture. And I was so fired up. And during that time, it was 3,599 Canadian dollar. If the Singaporean who's listening now, I'm telling the Singaporeans, I joined $3,599 in fashion. Everyone tell me what? I wouldn't have joined. I say, you know what? I saw what Renee saw. When he joined the business, he saw it and I saw it. That's why it made me join. And I did not have any money, no money. Everything was on credit card. 4 accounts, me, my husband, and our 2 kids. 4 accounts, $16,000. We put it into the business. And my husband was like, you sure? You sure? I say, yes, I'm very sure I'll make it. And Renee invited us for the call, for the convention in Toronto in 2016. I was only 2 weeks old. We're 2 weeks old in the business. And when I went for the convention, we did not have money, right? We just calculating every single cent, make sure we can save, here and there and all, with the hotel, with everything, And what inspired me was I saw about 450 to 500 Africans. And we was only 2 of us in Punjabis, Sikh, 2 of us, besides Daljit, our accountant. So I said, less time, 3,599 African dollars, Singapore dollars, Canadian dollars, how much is it? So, but I would say, you know what? I spoke to some of the African. I am very, 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 very proud of them. Till today, they inspired me so much. They inspired me so much. Some of them tell me they took a loan. They took a loan, 3,599, and they worked so hard and they was able to pay back the loan within 6 months. If they can do it, what are we?
Wow, 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 wow. How many of you are sitting there? You don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I'm literally, like I said earlier, it's like I'm reading a book, a really good book, and you can't stop reading. How many of you feel that way, right? My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. This is what it takes. This is what it takes to be the leader that she is. Oh my God. Oh my God. So earlier I mentioned that the underlying theme seems to be faith and hope. Not only did she take a leap of faith in her business and her career, she also took a leap of faith in love, right? I saw my sister Kathy Ann saying she followed her heart. Can you imagine coming to a brand new country, just meeting somebody, you have no idea what's going to be, and to be able to build a life together, but not to stop there, to grow from there together. So I want to give a huge shout out to Mike. We love Mike. Everybody loves Mike. I met him at the cruise. He is awesome, full of life, so much energy. You can see you can see, you know, the old saying, we're going to change the old saying today. The old saying that says, you know, if you see a successful man, there must be a strong woman beside him. Well, guess what? For Mike, we're going to change that. You see a successful woman, there must be a strong man beside her. That is exactly what it is. That's what exactly what it is. I know we have a lot of sisters here who are taking a lot of notes, right? For anybody who has build a family and a life, you know, there's a lady that I listened to, one of the motivators, and she always says, you know, find that one person and build an empire, right? Build an empire. So it's not something that everybody gets, but hopefully when people listen to this, they will gain that, you know, that strength that they need to support each other. So again, big shout out to Mike over there. So now my sister, what you spoke about is when you took a look at our opportunity, right? When you took a look at our opportunity, for you, you had absolutely doubt, no doubt that, like you said, within the next 3 to 5 years, you are able to at least earn 5,000 a month in residual, right? That is money that will continue forever and ever. So we may have a lot of new people here. I know that we have over 30 plus tours, day in and day out, right? Week in and week out. And we're always telling people, when you see an opportunity, grab it, right? Richard Branson says it best. You see an opportunity, take it, go home and learn about it, right? Take it, go home and learn about it. So can you take us back that moment when you had no income, nothing? You have no idea what's going to happen in this company. What gave you that courage? Did you pray about it? Like, what was your thought process putting down 16,000 on the spot?
Yes, actually, the inspiration is when I went for the convention. Convention is very, very, very important. I would tell everyone who is here, the convention is very important. So the convention actually inspired me to bring back this business, right? And I would say I'm very, very thankful. The next year we had, because in 2016, when I joined, and I used to come back to Singapore every year for my grandson's birthday. And during that time, I will talk to my friends regarding this business opportunity. So I've recruited a few people in Singapore during the fashion time. I did. And I go back. And what happened is in 2017, we came out with a beauty product, right? And I come back to Singapore and I share and I go back. But 2018, when we came out with the Fountain of Life, when Fountain of Life was born, I asked a question in 2017. I would say in September or October when we launched. I was there for the launching. One question I asked to our senior VP, because she always go to Africa and all. I asked her, Sanas, you always travel here and there. Would you like to come to Singapore? So she told me, you give me 100 people, I'll be there. So it was a challenge for me and I make it happen. And she was here with Danny in 2018. So because in 2018, I used to travel to Singapore very often, about 20 over hours from Canada, Singapore, Canada, Singapore. And a lot of my friends said, hey, Amarjeet, are you taking a bus? I said, yeah, I'm building my business, but I'm also taking a bus back to Singapore. And during that time, Mike used to support me a lot. But I did tell Mike, give me 2 to 3 years, I'll get you retired. And in 2019, I got him retired. When I opened a distribution center in Singapore by myself, when we have so many partners in Singapore who are still there. And that was my turning point.
Wow, 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 wow. Mona says, I remember when I met Amarjeet in 2015. What a pleasure it was. The chat is blowing up. You are sharing so many golden nuggets that everybody is resonating with, right? Resonating with. So I thank you, so, speaking from the heart. You know, we're already like almost, 40 minutes into the interview, and it
Oh,
feels like
sorry.
we just got started. No, I love it. We just got started. That's what it feels like. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. You are touching something from everybody there. So 2 to 3 years, you made a deal with Mike. You were able to retire him. You opened a distribution center, but you didn't stop there. You didn't stop there, right? So tell us what, well, maybe, you know what, since we talked about Singapore, it was your first one. Can you tell us, to open a distribution center, we all know it doesn't come easy, right? Can you tell us in 2 minutes from A to Z what you had to do after getting that approval from our company that they're going to come and support you? What did you have to do individually? Was there a disappointment at some point, a lack of trust at some point that you felt like giving up? What happened before you actually cut those ribbons and open the distribution center?
Definitely there's up and downs. There's no such thing as a smooth sail, right? There's always up and downs. Yes, I would say that I will always thank Sanas, Denny, the most important man, CEO Ramin, for trusting me, for allowing me to open a distribution center by myself. You know, so he actually gave me a way. So when I knew about Opulence Global, that I can do it business, I can do wherever I want to. So my mind was running. I should start in Singapore because Singapore is always the base in Asia. So when we start a base, right? So my next move was Malaysia. So I used to travel Malaysia every weekend to meet partners, get people and go into meetings and all every weekend until the lockdown happened. And I also started Indonesia then. And I also started India. But India was a little bit difficult because they always tell me you have to register in India before we can go forward, this and a few things that I need to do. And I never stopped, and I did. And I would say Pradeep is on the line today, and I would like to thank him for whatever he has done for me in India. Follow up, going to the banks, registry, I tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy. We has actually about a year and I would say a year and a half that we take everything to be done to start India. But I'm really, really thankful to Pradeep running up and down for me. And yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. You're absolutely right. Paradeep Singh is on the call and he says, we overcame all of that, all of that. That is what I was talking about. Find that one partner and build an empire. There you go. Thank you, Paradeep, as well. We want to thank you as well. I have a team right now in India as well. So thank you for doing and making it easy for all of us. And we are here to continue to build and to support India and bless so many lives across India altogether. Yes, Fatima Farah, that's actually our lifestyle advisor in India right now. She also agrees that it's not easy. Even I remember her when she got started, she had to send her first welcome package to Kenya and beg a family member to bring it to her. So you're right, it's about not giving up, right? The theme right now, the second half is about not giving up, right? No matter what happens. I even remember at some point you shared with me where the partner that you started the distribution center in Singapore is not there anymore. It became, everything became you, right?
Yes,
So you're
yes.
gonna, so you're going to have some difficulties, some challenges, people that are going to say yes later and say no. But the question is, are you going to continue to forge ahead? You know, in Somali, we say, "Qof meel u caddahay, meel ayaa ka madow." What does that mean? When you have a vision, you don't see anything else. Everything else is blurry, is dark. You only see the light at the end of the tunnel, which is your vision to open Singapore. Thank you for sharing that. And then you didn't stop there. You went to Malaysia. Again, I have a growing team there in Malaysia, and it's all thanks to Amarjeet, right? She never stopped working. She never stopped going. I remember the first time you shared with us, 6 hours you would take the bus to Malaysia. I mean, how many of us would do that week after week? I go to Toronto every now and then. It's only 4 hour drive. And sometimes it's like, oh my God, we have to drive for that long. 6 hours every single week, right? That is what it takes. That is what it takes to see the Amarjeet that we see today, right? It's all those things. That's why I'm taking notes, right? I always say I want to be like Amarjeet. The question now I have to ask is, am I willing to go through all of this to come out as strong as Amarjeet, right? Thank you for sharing that. Yes, Mavis, Amarjeet is a pioneer. I couldn't agree more. Now, my next question, my dear Amarjeet, is, as you can imagine, we have a lot of new people on the call here who had either just started their business and they're excited, or they have been in the business for some time. They may not be seeing the result, what they want. Advice. What advice do you have for all of us, my dear?
One advice I would say, never give up. Never give up, because they're always up and down. There's always up and down, right? And always tune in to the calls. Very important. I never miss any call. I never miss any call. I was in India. I remember the product call was at 5:30 a.m. Right? So you have to be committed. This is your business. This is your empire. This is yours. Where you want to go is yours. You are not building this empire for anybody, but you are building this empire for yourself. It is you. How you take it, it will bring you there. Not necessarily within a month, within a year, but it will be there soon. Depends on how much effort you put in. I would like to share a story. I mean, the thing that I did in India. I'm at the age of 62 now, right? I started this business at the age of 56. I wasn't young, right? But I told Renee that I want to make $5,000 in 3 to 5 years, because I told Renee, say, I am not young. I'm not 20 years old, 30 years old, or 40 years old. They look into the business. After a year or two, I cannot make it, I move on. I want serious business and I want to make it, because I'm already 56 years old. So in India, I went to India on 1st of June, right? Because India was opening in 6th of June. It was a launching. So I was there. I traveled to Patna. I did come back and all. I launched some people. And I came back to Singapore on the 7th of June. 8, I stayed back. 9, 10, 11, 12, I went to Malaysia. 13, 14, 15, I had a small holiday with my family, which because my daughter already booked this small family treat. So I said, okay, it was in Indonesia. So 13, 14, 15, 16, I came back, I washed my clothes, I packed my bag. I went back to India on the 17th of June. 17th of June, I was in Amritsar. 18th of June, I was in Ludhiana. 18, yes. 19, I was in Chandigarh. 20, I was in Patna. And Patna is something, Patna was having problems in Patna. And everyone was telling me not to go there because the buses was burning down, the train station was burning down, everyone was telling, don't go. So I said, okay. So I talked to I tried to contact the leader because my flight was booked. I talked to the leader, I couldn't get in touch with the leader. And then after 2 days, the leader called me and said, no worries, you come and we will work it out. I went there. With all these things happening in Patna. I travel in Patna with hot weather at 37. There's no aircon in the bus, traveling 5 hours from city to city, right? And then from Patna, after on the 25th, I traveled to Delhi. From Delhi to, I spent 2 days in Delhi, and then I spent 2 days in Bombay, and I spent another, then I went to Hyderabad, and then came back to Amritsar, where I met my husband when he came and joined me. So most of them in India, they find that as a lady at the age of 62, traveling alone and building a business, they are shocked. But I used to take 100 over drops a day because 100 over drops of Fountain of Life because of the weather and the food. I don't go to the restaurant, a big restaurant and eat. I eat even the local food. I'm not fussy. But just to take care of myself, I take 100 over drops. And I was all good, all good. And people are shocked. This is what Fountain of Life is.
Whew, oh my God. Oh my God. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Oh my God. Amarjeet, honestly, what you are sharing with all of us, it is literally a lesson for a lifetime, for generations to come. And thank you for sharing your age where you are right now, because for me, I didn't know exactly what age you are. All I know that yes, you're a little older than me. So when I feel tired, I'm like, what are you talking about? Look at Amarjeet. She's non-stop. What are you complaining about? So at age 62, once again, at age 62, are you willing to go through a very, very challenging times, right? Hot weather, new country, other challenges, right? Everything that is happening. And I love when you talked about when everybody said, don't go there, but you still went. I'm thinking, yeah, that's the foundation of who you are. You don't just follow the status quo, right? You do your own thing. That's how you got to where you are. So it's not a surprise to me, but I appreciate you for sharing it with us. I love it. That is what I wanted to get out of today. Is step by step. We all have seen Amarjeet flying. Oh, today I'm in Patna. Today I'm in New Delhi. But we don't know how she got there. We don't know what's happening an hour ago, 30 minutes ago, right? That is what I wanted to get out of that raw detail, step by step, as if now we're all in the plane with you, we're all at the hotel with you and seeing everything that is happening. Thank you for sharing. Look at that. The chat is blowing up. My sister Maria says, age is a number. She is building an empire. Exactly, exactly. So for those of us who like she said, young, right? They have a lot of time. They're like, oh, let me just try this. Let me do that. Let me do that. Well, imagine you don't have that choice. You don't have that choice. It's do or die. It is do or die every single day for Amarjeet. That is why she is who she is. So are you willing to make Opulence Global as you do or die, your last pit stop? Are you willing to do that? Right? Are you willing, as our, Daniela always says, are you willing to risk, sacrifice, and work? Risk, sacrifice, and work. She's the essence of that. She is the essence of that. So now we have 7 more minutes. I am pretty sure there are partners and guests on the call that are dying, that are itching to ask a question or share their comment. If you can maybe do 2 minutes, whether you're asking a question or comment, please feel free to raise your hand. I already see 2 people have their raise hand up, and the chat, I can't keep up. I can't keep up. It is blowing up. I love this. So the first person that has her hand up is none other than my sister, Rebecca Robinson, right here in Ottawa. Rebecca, welcome to the call, my dear. What would you like to share with us in 2 minutes?
Wow. Good morning, ladies. What an amazing call. I'm so excited. I put my hand up and didn't realize it. Amarjeet, what sticks out the most for me about you is your energy. And I'm flashing back right now to that trip we took to Dallas in June of 2019, I think it was. I can't remember now.
No, 2018 in May.
2018.
No, sorry.
And
No. Sorry. 2016 in May, when I first started with GWT.
wow, so that was even longer than I realized. And I had no idea. I knew that you had said no originally to this opportunity, but I had no idea what the backstory was. And I just want to say thank you for sharing this with us today, because it is hard work and there are lots of obstacles that we just have to work to find our way through and over and around and beside. And we grow from that and we help other people while we do that. And you just helped me this weekend. For me, it's a long weekend here in Canada in most of the provinces. For me, it is a weekend of reset, refresh my mind. I'm getting ready to set up my next 90-day targets and start that hard on Monday. And wow, you just reminded me that it's all worth it and that there are challenges and we get through them and we get to the next level and we bring other people with us. And you just poured inspiration out all over me, and I know everyone else on this call today. So thank you so much. I love you, sisters. I love all my Opulence family.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you so much.
We love you too, Rebecca. Thank you for sharing that. And I couldn't agree more with you. She literally poured so much gasoline on all of us, right? We're lucky we're not falling off the chair. And maybe some of you already did. I don't know. Up next, we have none other than my brother Levi, our fearless host from last month. Levi, welcome to the call, my brother. In 2 minutes, what would you like to share with us?
Hello. Yes, awesome story. Yeah, I love it. Thank you, Efra and Amarjeet, to allow me to talk a little bit. I have a quick question. My question is about how did you find your second husband? Like, how did you the ingredient you put in it to find somebody who will be, supportive, invest $16,000 with you in your business? I'm sure that there's something more than just a date. So it's something I really want to look into it because it's very interesting. And I know even now, it won't cost $16,000, but it will be great to have somebody with me who ready to invest that much in my business.
I think I would say, in a small word, I would say he had faith in me.
Okay.
He's also a daring person, right? So we work together. We are both daring people. Money is not everything. You put in money, you make money. And I found that I found my life partner who is like me. We are both very daring, and we said, you know what, it's nothing lost, but we will make it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, Levi.
Amazing. Excellent question. How do you find that one person that you trust that can build an empire with you, right? That is amazing. Thank you for that excellent question, my brother. Up next, we have my sister, Muna Hassan, who is our rock star. I cannot wait for all of you to meet this young woman at the cruise. She actually just started about only a month and a half ago, and she's
Wow.
very close to LD2 right now. I'm sure she's dying to ask you a question. My sister, Muna, welcome to the call. You have 2 minutes to ask your question.
Thank you, my sister Afra. Hi, everyone, and thank you, Amjit, for your to share your story this morning. I like your story too much. My name is Muna Hassan. I'm new. I start last month, June 18, this business. I'm LD1, and I like what you when you say, build this business for yourself. Don't do for others. That I like, and thank you. I like to say you thank you so much for your share. Thank you. That's you, Fra.
Thank you, Mona. Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you for finding the courage. I know it is very, very intimidating to be that newbie and to come on an international call and ask your question or share your comment. Very proud of you, my sister. And I cannot wait for you to meet Amarjeet in person on the cruise, inshallah, God willing, very soon. All right, we have up next. So we have about 2 more minutes left. So it's perfect before we wrap up. We have my sister Carolyn right here in Ottawa as well. Represent Ottawa one more time. Carolyn, welcome to the call, my sister. You have 2 minutes to share with us your comment or ask your question.
Thank you so much. It's going to be really fast. I just wanted to just thank both of you so much, and to let everybody on the call know like how valuable this company is. And it's the compensation plan is fantastic, and the products are just amazing, and all of those things have had a huge impact on my life. But it is actually the access to women like people like Ifra and Amarjeet. Oh my God, your story just has moved me so much today, because it made me see that there's challenges in life, and you just get through them. That's it. That's all. And your daring has really sparked a little tiny fire of daring in me, I have to say. So that's all I want to say is like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And the value of the people in our company is the thing that really can, it moves me. It really moves me. So thank you so much, ladies.
Caroline, can I say a word for you?
Yeah.
I heard you yesterday, and you started the business at 2010,
Yeah.
right? And I'm very, very inspired with that.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, the company has always been consistent. The leadership has always been consistent and transparent. So everything that people say about Ramin, people who joined, yesterday, will say the exact same things about Ramin and Sanaz and the corporate team and Renee and Reza. The same things are being said that were being said in 2010, right? So I very much value that. So many things about this company. It's just it's a nugget. It's this golden nugget. I just want to get it out there. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you for sharing. And I would really, really thank the people who has been with this company for longest time, like Caroline, Nora, Mona, all these people who has been in this company for longest time, and they're still here, means what we have, other company don't have.
Yeah, it's true.
So
Amen.
So true.
Can
So
we
true.
get an amen for that? Oh my
Amen.
God. Thank you. Thank you, my sister Caroline. That's amazing. And speaking of the diehards, we have my sister Mona and Nora on the call as well. So my sisters, we're at the top of the hour. I would like to give you 2 minutes. Please share your comment, or if you have any questions, welcome to the call. I will start with Mona. Welcome, my dear.
Hello, hello to both of you. First, I wasn't sure if I could speak today. As you can see, this morning I woke up with no voice.
It's okay.
And I
We
thought,
love you, Mona.
and I thought, how am I going to talk? I really wanted to say thank you so much for both of you, Ifra and Amarjeet. I'm going to try to do it very short. Ifra, you see, you said something about us girls growing up in certain cultures. I relate to that. Yes. And I can say, like I felt like I always had the gold spoon in my mouth. So you know what that means. Everything was done for me. Oh. And then when I grew up, and I realized, well, no. And when I realized, okay, this is my time now. So when I met you, Amarjeet, back in 2015, you see, 15. I had been with the job, with Mercedes, pouring my whole life to them.
I remember that, Mona, because when I wanted to buy a car.
Yes, I remember our conversation. And in that, nobody knows, but back in 2015, I was getting fed up with the job. And I really wanted to leave because I only did my business on a part-time basis because I didn't have the energy nor the time. So it was back then, 2015. And especially when you shared your age, I'm older than you. And I thought, wow, I can still do that. So you have been an inspiration to me, Amarjeet. You have been an inspiration to me, Ifra. I relate to both of you. You don't know what your light is doing to us. Keep shining. Keep shining. And again, today, I got inspired all over. I want to say thank you. God bless you. And we'll see you at the top. That's a promise.
Incredible. We love you, Mona. Take good care of yourself. Take lots of FOL, maybe the 100 drops.
Yeah. I'm glad I was able to get my voice now.
Absolutely. Take care, my dear. Have an amazing day and evening there. Next we have, wow, more and more people are raising their hand. So let's call my sister Nora first of all. Old G, we would call it, right? People who have been around for so long, the diehards. My sister Nora, once again, 2 minutes. Please share with us what you have with us this morning.
Yes, this is really quick because I'm going in the church. But anyways, I was gonna ask this to Amarjeet in private, but sure, maybe my question will help other people. I know Amarjeet lost a family recently too, and I have. But anyways, my question to you, Amarjeet, is how do you keep yourself motivated and proceed from that point? Because for me, I felt so lost right now with the loss of the loved ones, and I just don't know how to bring myself back there, because it seems to me that because everything we work for, we can't bring it with us. And that's why I want to know from you how you do get to get out of there and go there. You know what I mean. What you're doing right now, because I'm watching you and said, how did you do that? Like what's in your head? I want to know. I want to pick your head right now, your head and your heart. Thank you so much, Amarjeet.
Thank you, Nora. Nora, yes, I lost my mom in 2020. And I lost my mother-in-law in 2020. And I lost my brother last year. But I never stopped building my business. Because to me, if I would have helped them, because my mom was, she was old, right? My mother-in-law, I have, because when I saw her, when I came back from Canada, she was old and she couldn't talk much. But after giving her FOL, she was brightened up and she was more, she was able to talk, converse and all, which I found, even she has gone, he has given me that, like, I had a conversation with her and I was with her. And for my mother-in-law, she was in Canada. She was also taking the drops, right? And also for my brother, he was up and down in hospital, and I was able, can you imagine? I was able to take care of him while I building my business and went to stay with him. But unfortunately, with the COVID that he had hit it, and he was recovering, but I wouldn't say anything because the doctor told him to take the vaccination, which I was against. I was against with the vaccination that he was taking because his immune system was going strong. Can you imagine? In 10 days, I revived him. But the doctor was so adamant that he had to take the vaccination. And he took the vaccination. After a few days, he had a fever. And then he went to the hospital. He got a COVID in the hospital. And I couldn't give him anything. We couldn't visit him. But whatever it is happened to my family, I'm out there to help others. That's where make my heart strong. There are many, many people like my own family out there. I take everyone as my own family. That's why it makes me strong. I keep on going. I always remember Sanas, our senior VP, mentioned, if you can help one person, if you can help one person, just one person, right? You keep on going. Thank you. I hope I answer your question, Nora. You have to be strong.
Thanks, Amarjeet. I just have a hard time of I guess because it was a sudden death. They were not in pain, they were healthy, and then the next day gone just like that. So I think that's why I have a hard time uh understanding it, comprehending it, but we are not in control. But I want to the reason I ask is here because maybe someone is going through it like me or something and got stuck and lost that motivation anymore. So thank you so much.
You're welcome, Nora. I'm always there. I'm always around.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Dear.
Efra, for asking that question.
You are most welcome, my dear. I pray for all of them to rest in peace. I hope that you are all reunited together. It's part of life, right? It's part of life, and being able to learn how to navigate all and not to lose focus, because at the end of the day, you can't do anything, right? You can't do anything. And I love what Amarjeet said. you know, that is actually what should motivate you even more, because now you're able to go out there and help others, right? So I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Everybody's loving it in the chat as well. So we're going to close the call with my sister Arwania, our rock star, our amazing translator, world's best translator, we would say, all the way in Thailand. Arwania, my dear, welcome to the call. You have the floor for 2 minutes.
All right. Hi, thank you very much, Ifra. And hi, Amarjeet. By the way, I am so sorry for all the losses that you have just gone through. We missed you here in Thailand, and listening to your speech, my God, it was very powerful when you were in Thailand. And it is so powerful now, what you're sharing about India, because I have been traveling around in India for many, many times and many years throughout my years of working. And I knew exactly what you meant by going on a bus, like public buses with no air condition, or even if with air condition and all those, eating the street food, which was really nice. Then I didn't have FOL, but I bet you if I had to do the same thing, I would probably go for 100 drops a day like you did. Okay. I love those. I love those stories. I, at the same time, listening to you, I was typing to share with my team in Thailand, because all of us knew who you are and all of us remember Sister Amarjeet. Okay. And Ifra, we can't wait to see you coming to Thailand, which is really waiting, looking forward to. All right, that's all from me, because I only have 2 minutes. Okay, but never mind. Love your sharing, and thank you very much. A very wonderful session. ขอบคุณค่ะ All right, thank you. Well, good night. Okay.
Thank you, Aranya. Thank you.
I love
Thank
it.
you, guys.
Our superstar from Thailand.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, then. Bye-bye now. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, my dear. So everybody, that's a name you want to remember, Arwania. Watch out for Arwania. She is making things happen, leading the team. And I love how she said she's writing it down. That is exactly why I was taking notes. I do that at every call, because right after 1 o'clock, we have our own team call. And every Sunday, we start with what happened at the leadership cocktail. So I'm going to be reiterating this in Somali.
Wow.
I love it.
Thank you so much, Ifra. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're most welcome. This is amazing. So that is the end. That brings us to the end of the call. We actually went over by 15 minutes of the call, but guess what? It was worth it. No one has left. Everybody's still here. So my sister Amarjeet, maybe now I'll give you a time as well. 2 minutes. Final words. What do you want to leave with us tonight?
I would say, you know what, first thing I would say, I'm very, very thankful to Opulence Global, to our CEO, to our senior VP, as well as all the support from the office and all the leaders who has been there to help us to grow this business. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I can tell you, I'm not a Zoom person. I'm not, you know, always literate in the computer and all, but go forward and learn. I remember when the first Zoom call I had, I was like, holy shit, what am I going to do? You know who was the helper? Rico. Rico was there to help me. I said, I don't know what to press. Even till today, sometimes Raymond comes up and tell me, hey, you have to press this, you have that. So you know what? Don't be shy. Every one of us are leaders. Every one of us are leaders. In this Opulence Global, every one of us are leaders. But if you feel shy that, oh, I don't know this, I don't know that. But I tell you, there are people out there to help you. There are people out there, because Opulence Global believe one team, one dream to the billion, right? Never be shy. So I'm very, very thankful to every one of you, especially Ifra and the whole corporate team, and Rico, as well as Raymond, Nora. You know, we have a Q&A on Mondays. We're all there to help each other. And Q&A on Monday is for you. It's not for any leaders or for you to ask your question, because we are here to help you to grow your business too. If you have questions, right, we are able to answer your question, you'll be able to grow. Why do we have My Five? I remember yesterday when Ifra was talking about My Five. My Five is so important. So important. Why? I tell you how I grow my business. Who was My Five? Renee, Sarah, Winnie, and my introducer. The person who introduced to me, can I tell you something? He's not in the business at all. But did I depend on him? No. This is your business. You built your business the way you want to. Don't depend on your upline. You want to do your business, work the way you want to. Thank you, Ifra. That was mine.
I love it. I love it. I love it. To be is up to me. To be is up to me. From the moment you open your email, guess what? You have a business for yourself, but not by yourself. My goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone who tuned in, took the time to be with us for an hour and 20 minutes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The chat is still blowing up. John Buzzword, our amazing, legend in the MLM says, thank you, Ifra and AJ. Very inspiring. To the billion. Yes, beautiful Amarjeet. Wow, I can't start reading everybody. Rico says I was inspired when Amarjeet came to Philippines. Remember the messages she shared. Empty your cup and always be willing to learn. I love it. I love it. Raymond is reiterating when the Q&A happens is every Monday at 9 p.m. Singapore time, which I believe will be 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Helen says, AJ, you're most brave and will reach your highest level very soon. Keep up your fantastic work in Opulence Global. Maria says, thank God for Opulence Global Nation. Yes, yes, yes. I can't, like, if I start reading all of it, we're going to go all day. So I want to thank you, all of you, so much love and support for you, my dear Amarjeet. And again, what an honor to have been selected to interview you, because it's something I've always wanted to do. And I'm glad and that we were able to get so much out of you today that all of us can take with. Like, I can't count the amount of notes. I'm sure my sister Aranya has even more notes, right? I'm sure the rest of you do as well. Take every single word that she has said and apply to it, and you'll be amazed how far you get with this business. And again, thank you everybody for taking the time. When the recording comes out, which it will be by Monday, feel free to rewind, right? Make it part of your motivation. A lot of you are saying, are you motivated? Guess what? Add it to your favorite. That's what I do. Every leadership cocktail, I add it to my favorites and I re-listen again and again and again. And that is what you want to do when the recording comes out. Also, feel free to share with everybody. Yes, go ahead, my dear.
The last, I will say, all the India market, wherever you are, I bought a property in India and I will be there. I'm going to base there. So you need my help, I'll be there. I just bought a property the last time I was there, and I got Mike to be there so that he can see the property too. It's a 3-bedroom with 3 washroom. Everything is there. Every one of you is invited.
I love it. I love it. So did you all hear that? Our next party is going to be in India. That's it. Everybody, get your ticket ready. Let's go build India. Remember, 1.4 billion people, right? There's a lot of lives that we can change. And Amarjeet being the base, deal. I'm definitely going to add that to my list, my dear. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for inviting all of us and letting us know that you are there for all of us. And I know right now, today is the last day of the amazing buy one, get one free promotion in India. So let's go. Let's build India. Let's go to the billion. I want to thank each and every one of you once again for joining us today. And I hope that you found this as valuable as I did. And I want to thank our special guests for taking the time to be here with all of us, to inspire us, to mentor us, to train us, and to really lit that fire in all of us. Thank you. And I want to wish you all an amazing morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Of course, I want to remind you as well, our next calls that is happening, the product crossfire on Monday. We have the forensic call with our CEO on Tuesday. And of course, on Saturday, we have the Saturday live training. And then again, we're going to have another powerful, I might be the one coming back. I'll give you a hint. I might be the one coming back with another powerful leader from our team, the Opulence Somali Empire. So we'll keep an eye out for that. And again, thank you so much. And lastly, actually, I want to remind everybody about the events, right? The barbecue event at the head office. Where are my Toronto people, GTA area people? I cannot wait to see all of you there with your amazing guests and your family. We can bring children there. And of course, I want to remind everybody about the convention, our innovation.
I'll be there.
Yes, you heard it. So there you go. So everybody that was saying, I will meet Amarjeet at the cruise, forget the cruise, come to the conference.
I'll be there.
I love it. So we will see all of you on the conference, September 23 and 24. Do not forget to buy. I want to give a huge shout out to my sister Estahil from our team. She actually purchased her ticket last night. Everybody's posting about it. Buy your ticket, early bird ticket, only $249, and you are going to really thank yourself. It'll be the best $249 you have ever invested in your life. Again, thank you, everybody. Take care. And I want to wish you all a good night wherever you are in the world. And of course, we're going to end with one team,
one dream, one team, one dream to the billion. Okay, let's do it again. One team, one dream to the billion.
Yes, to the billion, everybody. Take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. A very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone.